I never put my hands on anybody. I never raised my voice too loud. Like, here's this man screaming. He said, dance, bitch. And he started shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, he shot a couple of times.
The more evidence that surfaces, the clearer it becomes that this case needs to be re-examined, because the facts are starting to tell a very different story.
You shot me. You scared to come tell everybody that you shot me.
So the girl comes out of the rear passenger and she goes to the front passenger and she opens up the car door.
So basically the car stopped, girl in the back got out, started screaming and shouting, ripped the door, pulled the door open, but pulled it so sort of viciously. She starts screaming, she starts hitting the girl.
So he's claiming that Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey were the ones fighting. That adds yet another lie to what was said in the Gayle King interview, where Megan insisted she never laid hands on anyone. But she did. And when you say the two women were fighting, can you explain to the jury what you actually saw? They were going at it for a while. I even told my son to come into my room and lay in my bed. And even then, the fight was still going on. They were hunched over, tangled up with each other, just physically fighting. The gun goes off and then the girl fires it. So you actually saw the girl doing the shooting. What I saw looked like the girl standing there, aiming toward the car and firing. That's how it appeared to me. Then the guy in the back seat got out again. Did you say that after seeing the two women fighting, you saw one of them fire a gun? He replies, I think so. Then you asked if the shorter man got involved to try and take the gun. He confirms again and says, is that what you said? The witness replies, yes. So the witness is saying Tory tried to stop the shooting, which matches exactly with the new written statement from Kelsey's security guard. So that's the same woman who, according to her own bodyguard, said my client fired the gun. It wasn't Tory, it was my client who fired it. Yeah, I heard that too. Kelsey Harris had top-level security with her during the 2 days she testified in court. I heard these things while we were riding in the car to grab food after court. Only Miss Harris and her child's father were in the car. Later, she also said the same things to her official lawyer, right outside the courthouse and even in the cafeteria. I heard Miss Harris ask, how do I tell the truth without getting myself in trouble? And how am I protected if I say some things? At the restaurant, Miss Harris said she shot the gun into the air 3 times, and Tory ran over to her, grabbed her arm, and forced it down, which made the gun go off 2 more times. I haven't talked about this until now, because I heard others involved in this case were getting threats. I got a phone call from Rock Nation saying, hey, we heard you're about to speak on what happened, and it's better for you if you don't. I thought, okay, why is it a problem for me to tell my fans that it wasn't a big deal? I went to jail, fine, but I didn't understand why it was such a big issue for those 2 days. 2 days later, TMZ releases a report. They show the surveillance footage now. The video shows Megan, me, and everything. All of us laid out on the ground in swimsuits, looking wild. I didn't want to lose my job because I needed to take care of my kids. This was officially written on August 28th, 2024 by Bradley James. But nobody ever said she was shot. Nobody. Not TMZ, not the police, not anyone in the early reports. Nothing says she got shot. Well, we have the gun here, and other officers are checking the house where it happened. That's all we have for now. Did anything happen inside the vehicle? No, nothing happened there. Are there any shell casings? No. Were they all together before this? Yes, they were all in the same car. Okay, do we know how she got injured? I think when she got out of the car, she dropped a glass bottle and stepped on it, cutting her foot. She got cut when she stepped out. Step back. Now look at this broken bottle here. It's clearly shattered, and you can see the drink spilled all around it. You can also see what looks like footprints where she started walking backward. She stepped right on the broken glass. What's going on? Are we going to jail? I don't know yet. We're still figuring it out. I can't have this mess up my image. I wasn't shot. Oh yeah? Then what happened to your foot? Was it glass? Where did this start? Officer, is this woman under arrest or not? Yes, she is. She's under arrest right now. But she's not a shooting victim, right? She was just in a car where a shooting happened. Yes. So what happened to you? I just got cut on my right foot. I stepped on something. As soon as she sees herself on camera in a bikini looking bad, she changes her story and says, "The story about me getting cut by glass isn't true." She didn't blame anyone directly. She just said, "The story about me being cut by glass is false. I was shot in my feet and it was meant to hurt me, to do me harm." So this young guy got dragged into a mess that started because two drunk women acted up. That's the truth. Really, that's it. When people are drunk, this kind of stuff happens. Then another lie. In her interview with Gayle King, Megan Thee Stallion said she never hit anyone. Right? I've never put my hands on anyone. I never even raised my voice. She said it shouldn't have gotten that bad. Then she says, all I hear is him yelling, dance and shooting. And I'm just like, oh my God. She said he fired a few shots, but the evidence doesn't match that. When you listen to this, you realize Megan just told 2 or 3 lies in a row. It's like a stack of lies, one after the other. I never got loud. I never hit anyone. She did all those things, and more. Right here, the evidence shows the truth. Megan and Kelsey got into a physical fight. We might need to blur some parts, but you can see scratches on Kelsey's legs that look like Megan's nails did it. There's a bump on Kelsey's forehead. Kelsey started the fight, and then Megan began kicking her. That night, Kelsey found out Megan was messing with Tory too. But the eyewitnesses and physical proof show that there was a fight between Megan and Kelsey. Kelsey had cuts on her legs, and they were bleeding. Tory Lanez had no injuries at all. The fight was between the women, Megan and Kelsey. And I just can't believe people actually bought this story. You can't fool me with that. Yeah, and I'm bad, and I do this and that, and then I kick them out. Actually, I don't even kick them out. I just send them into 7-Eleven. And when you give them $200, they act like they're being polite, saying that's too much, like they're good people. And you say, it's fine, get what you want. Then you drive off. Good. I always thought Tory didn't want to be called a snitch, and he knew he was in a tough spot because he had slept with both women. So he didn't want to speak out. But he was innocent. His fingerprints weren't on the gun. Yeah, he saved Megan from getting seriously hurt, and he stopped Kelsey, a mum, from going to jail. I've tried reaching out to Kelsey, but she doesn't want to talk. At this point, Tory's saying, "You shot your best friend. Why haven't you said anything? Why haven't you told the truth and stopped Tory from being blamed? Why are you so quiet?" Her silence kind of sounds like guilt. I'm a fool, man. Look at this girl right here. Why do they keep showing her face? She's not even good looking. She looks like a lunch lady. Yeah, like a lunchroom worker who got someone locked up. Someone who could actually do good in the world. All she can do is wear accessories and fake a certain look. That's all I'm saying. Come on now. Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, we've got a major glitch in the system. So, let's dive straight into it. And the story goes on with the drama between Tory Lanez and Megan Thee Stallion. As new evidence was dropped on the website 36 hours later, it hit hard. Going back over old details from the case with shocking updates, the site added new info that strongly supports Tory Lanez's innocence. Line by line, it pointed out all the contradictions, holes in the story, and clear lies. It showed what was left out and where people may have tried to twist the truth. Just like you saw in this video, both Megan Thee Stallion and Kelsey Harris gave statements that didn't line up. Even the medical reports didn't match. 3 different doctors and surgeons gave different versions. And then people saw Megan partying in a club with a bandage on one big foot, after she claimed she got shot in both. I was shot in both of my feet, she said. But the most powerful evidence came from police body cam footage. It captured a witness giving crucial testimony. Now, some people say if you question what really happened during that attack, you're attacking all women. But let's look at the details. Was anyone standing close to him? The officer asked. Megan says, Kelsey was behind me and Tory was behind the driver. For Tory to shoot her, he would have had to reach over Kelsey. Megan also said, you can't question a victim. If someone says he shot me, you have to believe her. But should juries always believe the victim, no matter what? So why did so many people not believe Megan? Even her own friends. It doesn't matter how many people doubted her. The jury still found Tory guilty because no jury's going to call a victim a liar unless you can clearly prove she is. Megan said, he shot me, and she had an injury on her foot. The witness might be doubted, but not the victim. I see why people go after Megan sometimes. And there are moments where I think, should I defend her? Should I speak up and say, hey, don't talk bad about her? But if I do that, people might think I'm admitting guilt. And if I say anything that sounds like I'm sorry, it might seem like I'm guilty even though I'm not. That's why I had to stay silent in some situations. Now, we've got a situation where people are being judged for trying to correct the lies. I'm telling you, when you talk to some women, they act like they've done nothing wrong. They don't take responsibility. They just want to say you're attacking them. Don't get mad at women for this. Just understand, it's like they've gone crazy. It gets to a point where I'm thinking, man, this isn't me. I don't deserve this. I've never had domestic violence cases. I've never hit a woman. I've never been abusive. You won't find any proof of that on me. Polite savages, if you're a man, the world might try to ruin your name with lies and shady talk, just to bring you down. From the start, they treat you like you're guilty just for questioning the weak spots in a woman's story. And in my view, there were a lot of mistakes. Evidence being handled wrong. Missing bullet pieces, key witness info left out. But the biggest lie may have come from Megan herself, who kept changing her version. She even said, I had to get surgery to remove the bullets. At Cedars-Sinai Hospital, with the help of LATV, we learned something shocking. The bullet pieces were lost by LA County, so they can't test the gun again. The LA City sealed the gun so that no more testing could be done. During early court hearings, a detective said the bullet fragments were missing. Then, prosecutors said the LAPD had them. That's a big mistake. It makes people wonder if the evidence was mishandled. Prosecutors claimed LAPD still had the bullet pieces from Megan's foot. But during the hearing, Detective Ryan Stogner said they were gone. That puts the chain of custody into question. There was clearly a mistake, and that cast doubt on the reliability and completeness of the evidence. Tory Lanez, being the kind of person he is, tried to stop things from getting worse. He stopped Kelsey from making a horrible choice by grabbing her gun hand and pushing it down. That move made 2 shots hit the ground, and one of those may have caused a piece of the ground or a fragment to hit Megan's foot. The doctor on July 20th said the injury looked like a cut from broken glass. No mention of bullets or any gun-related trauma. Then another doctor said it was gunshot wounds based on the scans. He took up 3 tiny fragments while Megan was under anesthesia. He said the wounds were minor, but still did surgery, and said he gave the fragments to the police. Then the next day, a plastic surgeon said the wounds were small and already healing. The X-ray showed no broken bones, just a little shrapnel. Dr. Ori Howell treated her for an infection and let her go, with no mention of gun-related injury. We're not even saying Megan got hit with a bullet. It could have just scratched her. That's what police were thinking. Megan said, I'm trying not to tell them I got shot. I was scared. I've never been shot before. But why lie about that? Did you think the doctors were the cops, Megan? You mean these same doctors? By the way, none of those doctors were brought into court to testify. Megan herself told police and emergency workers that she stepped on glass. She said that multiple times. Her story about glass changed once she got on camera. The medical records kept changing, and the bullet fragments were missing only to magically show up later in court. To me, that whole trial felt like a setup, a kangaroo court. Sadly, Tory Lanez had to take the fall. This whole thing, played out on social media and in the public eye, really seems like it was two drunk women fighting over Tory, who had been with both of them. In my honest opinion, the real story is that Kelsey Harris most likely fired 3 shots into the air. Tory tried to stop her by wrestling the gun, which caused 2 more shots to go into the ground. Megan, who has a reputation for getting aggressive, got caught in the middle. There are rumours that Megan drinks a lot, is wild in bed, and is known to start fights. She'll mess you up if you're not careful. She's the kind of person who starts a fight and then calls the police. She was going off, hitting, scratching and clawing with sharp nails, leaving cuts and bruises all over Kelsey. That brought bad attention to a major artist like Megan, who's signed to Roc Nation, a company that wanted to protect their valuable star. Kelsey didn't have to pay rent for a whole year after the shooting. Who paid that and why? At first, people thought Tory's team paid for Kelsey's lawyer, and that's what everyone was saying. Maybe it made sense at the time. But now we know Tory's team wouldn't be the ones giving her free rent. If they're the ones sharing this info, it means it wasn't them who paid it. So who did? Megan Thee Stallion? She and Kelsey weren't even cool after that. Kelsey even released a diss track about Megan, though it was quickly taken down. So who's backing her? Probably people or groups connected to Megan. Maybe Roc Nation itself. So, polite savages and lady polite savages. What do you think really happened that night in July? Was it A, 2 drunk women acting wild and forgetting what happened? B, Megan got mad because Tory slept with both her and Kelsey, and he might have wanted to hook up with Kylie Jenner too? C, Megan was told by Roc Nation's PR team and lawyers to stick to the script and go after Tory in court. Or D, all of the above. If you mix all these pieces together and think about what every person had to gain, it's not hard to see how someone like Roc Nation might want to push the legal system in their favour. They needed to protect their biggest asset, Megan Thee Stallion. It's clear that this case was full of lies, unreliable stories and missing evidence. Tory Lanez was found guilty based on a story that doesn't fully hold up. That's all I've got for you, polite savages. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Follow us on all social media platforms. We found the truth.